Hello, everybody. Thank you for clicking on this new moon ceremony. Welcome. I'm Renee Varnador. This is Soul Portal Journeys, and I'm here with three of my friends, and we want to talk about this intense energy that is coming with this new moon and why is that? And we're gonna decode that and figure out how to deal with this energy. We may be expecting a couple more friends. And but right now we're gonna go ahead and get started with the first thing that we like to do, which is light a candle to remind us that yes, we are a part and parcel of the divine. We are a divine spark, each one of us here. And why do you get to be the only one that's not, or why do you get to be the only one that is? We're all a divine spark. So this candle, this flame is a reminder for that. So I'm going to put that far away so that later when I have a big long scarf, my big long scarf doesn't catch fire. So we're going to do that. Next thing, I like to clear my aura. So I have a couple choices for you guys. It looks like Gina's here. That's good. I have this aura spray that I got at Chalice Wells in the Glastonbury, UK. So that just kind of, oh, it smells so good. It just kind of relaxes. If you don't have that, but you do have selenite crystal is one of the ones that just really helps clear. I like to clear all the stuff out of my brain because most of us have a minds that go, "Reep," and that's not going to be very useful right now. So got to clear some of that. So we've got that. And then I'm going to sanctify my water in advance. So this is my Chalice Wells water that I picked up when I was in Glastonbury. And I'm just going to I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm just putting a couple drops of it. This has lasted me, I think 5 years. So it's just because I used little drops. Okay, so now if you don't have sacred water, but Reiki, you can put a Reiki symbol in your water, or if you don't know any of those, you can just put a spiral in your water, and that will be that. Or another sacred symbol that you want to infuse your water with. So, hello, Gina, and hello, Debbie. We're all getting all of our things set up. We've got our candle lit. We've done our clearing. We've sanctified our water. And now we're going to sing in those archangels. I've got 7 of them to sing in, and a couple other ones might show up. They're all welcome. We'll see what happens. So I'm going to share the lyrics. Oh, I see you guys working. I'm going to share the lyrics. Where are they? Here they are. And so here is what we're doing today. New moon ceremony. It's Scorpio. These are some of the stuff that we've been collecting. We're going to also have dark chocolate and a long scarf. This is the calling in the 7 directions. And you guys have all been here before, so you know to look to the east first. So we're going to call in the easternmost archangel, which is Archangel Raphael. So here we go. Spirits of the East and inspiration, Archangel Raphael, please come. Spirits of the South, by recreative spirits, Archangel Michael, please come. Spirits of the West, watery loving spirits, Archangel Gabriel, please come. Okay, notice how you feel. If you feel any of these archangels stronger than any other, or feel them a little different. Archangel Gabriel, for me, wanted a wider stance today, so what the heck, I gave it to her. And Archangel Jophiel came along for the ride when I called in Archangel Haniel, and Raziel came along for the ride when I called in Archangel Metatron. So you may have more than 7 archangels with you, but you might just have 7, and that's good too. So let's see how we're doing. So this is what the chart looks like for um for this morning, which was 8:47 Pacific time. So it was a little different for Carrie and Bunny and Debbie, but Gina and I, that was the time of we had our new moon. So I was dreaming. I was having some nice dreams at that time. Usually the new moon wakes me up, but I kind of woke up at 3, so that's weird. But anyway, we notice the patterns. I like noticing the patterns. Look at this, there's a big, well, I'm going to start with the new moon right here, right next to the sun. They meet up. That's what makes a new moon. Sun and moon meet. 9 degrees, 35 minutes of Scorpio. Okay, so that's definitely happening. That's the new moon. And oh, look, there's lines here and lines here, and look at all of these blue lines. So you know the red lines are the opposition lines, and they're like the conflict and the intensity that comes up. And so we know we've got Mars up here in the last degree of Cancer, opposite Saturn, which is the last degree of Pluto, which is the last degree of Capricorn. And this opposition happens about every 2 years because Mars moves around a little over 2 years, kind of more like 2.5 years. It meets up with Pluto. And so this is like the last degree of the Earth sign in Capricorn. This is the last degree of this Cancer water sign. And when planets are, especially big ones, are at the last degree, it's like, okay, stuff happens. So this is a little more than your usual Mars-Pluto opposition, which is usually intense. So if you've been feeling intensity in the last couple of days, raise your hand, because I have. Gina has, Carrie has, Holly has, Christina. Hi, Christina. Yoo-hoo. So yes, this is why. Because Mars has been at 27, 28, and now 29. And then this is 29, 4 minutes, and Pluto's at 29, 44 minutes. And so we've got a couple more days of Mars opposite Pluto. So I think it's gonna be exact in 2 days. So what is happening with this, and what is it telling us? So basically, we are learning our very last degrees we're learning our lessons for the last degree of Pluto in Capricorn. So Pluto's been in Capricorn since 2008. So we've been learning our lessons, and I didn't even know I was learning lessons at first, and it was just really hard and difficult for me to have Pluto in Capricorn, because Capricorn is my 12th house because I'm an Aquarius rising. So whatever rising sign you're in right here, if this chart is for a Libra rising, and if you're a Libra rising, then you're feeling Pluto. There's this you're feeling Pluto in your 4th house of home and family, and probably went through a lot of family stuff. So each one of the houses, this is like the career house, this is like our identity. So the different houses mean different things, and so different areas of life get triggered. Marriage gets triggered in the 7th house. Occult understanding and hidden knowledge gets triggered in the 8th house. So does death and inheritance. So there's a lot of a lot of different things that happen for different people, and you really need to know what your rising sign is to find out what were the lessons that Pluto was teaching me while he was in Aquarius for since 2008. And so we're just finishing up our lessons at the final degree. And then Mars decides to come in and have us take action on those lessons. So Mars is like, boom, we're going to be in action now. I'm like, oh, really? And it's like, okay, so I wasn't planning on taking action on any of this hidden stuff that was like hidden for a reason. Do I really want to take action? And how am I going to do that? So we got to figure out what is Mars demanding of me moving forward? What baby step can I take? I'm going to be asking that. I'm hoping to get an answer today. If you guys are trying to figure out what is it that I'm actually working through and working on, what have I been working with Pluto on this whole time? Because the more conscious we are of our lessons, the easier they are. The minute I became conscious that there was a lesson about making the subconscious conscious when Pluto was in my 12th house, I went, oh, well, that makes sense. And it was a lot easier after that. So that's one thing. Now we have another really interesting red line, and that's Mercury here, which is in Scorpio. It's kind of far apart from the new moon, so I wouldn't really call this conjunct Mercury, but Mercury's in sympathy with the new moon opposite Uranus, which is our planet of sudden change, um, who has been in retrograde and is going to go back. So we've been reflecting on change. We've been reflecting on changes that have happened in our lives. And so now Uranus is in a couple of weeks is going to go back through the last degrees of Taurus. And that's going to be really interesting by the time Uranus gets to Gemini. And so we've got this opposite of Mercury being able to communicate. Mercury's kind of a trickster, can be a trickster energy. And so we may think something's going on, and then all of a sudden, oh, okay, it was actually something opposite from what I thought. So there's like sudden change. But this can actually help us because Mercury is there helping us communicate. And when we talk to other people about what we've got going on, a lot of times things get really clear for us, and then we can take action after that. So I know I really appreciate my friends and the people that I work with, and I really appreciate when people trust me to work with them on their stuff. But there's this really beautiful, intuitive water trine starting in Cancer with Mars, and then trine to Mercury, which is being able to communicate what you've got going on, and then boom to Neptune, who's still in retrograde right now, but is going to be moving back soon. And so we've got this beautiful water trine with all three water signs. And so it's like Cancer, so nurturing, Scorpio in the depths of feeling, and Neptune just being accepting that there's all of these otherworldly um, beings basically that can surround us if we are aware of them. And we have to be careful with Neptune because there's illusion and delusion involved with it until we open into Neptune's spiritual nature. And then when we do that, we can feel more like, oh, human beings are beings among beings on this planet. Okay, well, I guess I'm not going to have this species, this idea of our species is the best and our species is the one ruling everything. We're coming into a time when there really is no ruler, and that's one of the things that Pluto's been teaching us this whole time since 2008, is that this hierarchy that we've believed is not really true. And this authority that we've been believing or had issues with starting in the 1960s, we are now going to be in a trine with that same energy of Uranus and Pluto, and we're going to be able to finally resolve and step out of our need to have somebody else tell us what to do. We're going to be able to step up and take responsibility for ourselves, and as a species actually grow into our adulthood instead of kind of the little child that we've been, um, according to some perspectives. We also have this beautiful mystic rectangle. I like the term mystic rectangle. It's two trines and two sextiles. And what that does is it helps us bring in some understanding. So when this configuration happened, I felt a lot better. When it was just Mars approaching Pluto, I had a kind of a freak out, and I had like this major fear happening. My whole body was full of fear, and I'm like, I don't live like this anymore, thank God, because I used to be anxious. And I'm like, what's going on? And I had to think about it. And then I just said, you know what? I'm going to bed early because I'm just going to chill, and I'm just going to, I can't do the things. I was convinced I couldn't do the things that I usually do because we don't have electricity and blah, blah, blah. And I just finally just went and laid down and said, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? And I'm like, oh, I'm feeling really sad for the United States right now. We don't even live there, but it's my country that I grew up in. I'm just feeling really sad for it right now. And so I was feeling all of that and working through all of that. So it was just a feeling I really wasn't aware of, and a sadness that has been lurking that I wasn't seeing. And I got to feel that and process that. And when I woke up, I was okay. And this morning when I woke up, these configurations were stronger, and it was easier for me to flow than it had been with the lead up. So it's just, oh wow, whatever you're feeling, whether it's anger or fear or sadness or whatever it is, feel it, feel it, feel it until you don't need to, till it's like moved through it. And sometimes you're asleep when you move through it, which is, hey, whatever, I'll take it. And it's just when you come out of it, you come out of it with more, with a shift, with some wisdom. If you remember a dream that you had or an image that you were feeling while you were asleep, then that can help even more. So all of this has been going on. And anybody have questions about what's been going on for us with the planets and the planet aspects and the patterns of the chart's making? The blue ones are the flowing ones that just help us go, oh, and the red ones are the ones, okay, it's time. Boom. Okay, let me feel this. Carrie's laughing. Yeah. But we move through this stuff, and there's a lot going on right now, and there's a lot going to be going on between now and the full moon, but things should resolve, and we should actually know who won the US election by the middle of November, so that'll be good. And so that's all in the astrology that we're not going to know right away what's going on. So that's kind of interesting. So we're headed for some time, and just the idea that whatever comes up, whether it's fear or whatever, it's like, okay, it's hard for me when I'm in fear to call in my angels. So I just have to feel the fear all the way through, and then call in the angels, and then call in. And so that just might be what has to happen. It doesn't mean you're less than or you can't deal or whatever. Don't take seriously the illusion that's going to be playing out over the next couple of weeks. Their things are going to get so much better in the next 2 years. It's going to be unbelievable the way things are moving. Um, Things are going to get a lot better, but we get to go through some physical things on the physical plane, depending on where we are. Like, luckily, none of us are in Valencia, Spain right now because they had a whole bunch of mud and they had a whole bunch of flooding and rain. But where we are, just know if you start to feel the fear that's coming up from other places, that where you are is safe, and just kind of breathe into, I'm safe here now. I am safe here now. Right here is fine. I get up, go look at them. Oh, the ocean's not at my house. Oh, good. I'm safe now. So, mhm. So here's what else did I want to talk about? Okay, we also have Jupiter and Venus. Venus is going to move closer and closer to Jupiter. They're have an opposite here, 17 degrees Venus, 20 degrees Jupiter, and they're two benefics. They're two really positive, fortunate, um, loving planets, and so connecting with that energy can be really positive. And then this one, our spiritual destiny, Salacia, is opposite Mahi Mahi, which was um, conjunct the last new moon we had. And this is systems consciousness, being aware of that there are greater things at work, greater systems at work. And so this is also our wholeness. And so our spiritual destiny and our wholeness, there is an opposition between those two. Now, they're dwarf planets, so they don't get a line in my software, but there there's a connection right now between stepping into wholeness, stepping into our integration, stepping into our sacred union, and our spiritual fulfillment. So right now, if we're doing those things, spiritual integration, we're stepping into our spiritual fulfillment. So these two are higher consciousness that are coming in and tapping us on the head, going, hey, look over here. You haven't been looking over here. So that's all cool. Now, so we got a couple stars helping us too. So let me find the moon and the stars are right here, and they're actually conjunct a star in Cassiopeia called Shutter, and it doesn't show on this, but some of the other stars are showing up, and we've got the super galactic center. Neptune's right opposite that. We've got the great attractor with Venus is right on it. These are the ones that Pluto is about ready to go into in Aquarius. These are the stars Altar and Aldebar. Algol, Uranus is sitting on Algol within a degree right now. And then what other one? I love Arcturus. We have Arcturus is still in the chart, and so is Spica, and they're opposite Eris, which is our warrior goddess. So, and then Mercury is right on Alpha Centauri, and Alpha Centauri, there's a lot of elementals and earth beings that exist here that we don't necessarily see or communicate with. But it's kind of funny because I was listening to an angel channel that is just doesn't like woo and doesn't like, any stars, isn't aware of stars or beings or galactic whatever. And she was talking about elementals and fairies today, and I'm just like, well, yeah, Mercury's right on Alpha Centauri. That would make sense that she would talk about that. So people that usually don't talk about stuff are talking about stuff. So that's kind of funny. And let's see what else. So and Saturn is still it's kind of far, but right now, Atirna is this flowing river. Uranus is like this bigger, higher mind. Neptune is the higher heart. Um, Pluto is, these are the three stars that Pluto is conjunct now because it's at the last degree of Capricorn. All of these stars are now in Aquarius. When I was born, this one was in Capricorn. Pluto, so this is the big day. Pluto returns to Aquarius November 19th, which is 2 days after the full moon, November 17th. And these two things are going to help everybody a lot. There's going to be a lot of clarity with the new moon. There's going to be a lot that we're going to be able to release. The old, by the 17th of November, we'll be able to release a lot of old stuff, a lot of old drama. If you've been following the US election and freaking out, that will be resolved. So Yahoo for that. If you're worried, concerned about some of the wars that are happening, those could resolve too. So let's fingers crossed. Because the energy is there for it if that's a possibility. And then Pluto, once he turns into Aquarius, he's going to be in Aquarius for 20 years. And it's going to be a whole new ball game because we had a little hint of it last year, and it's going to be so different on the planet, which is good. We want different, even though it's like change. We've been asking for change, so it's coming. And so let's see. Yeah, the South Node's on the supergalactic center. That's what's on the supergalactic center. Any questions about the stars before we move on? The star that the sun and the moon are on is called Shidar, and it's this. No, that's not it. This one right here. And it's in the Cassiopeia constellation. And that's what the star looks like. And what this star represents is our ability to have devotion, our ability to praise, like praise the earth, praise the skies, praise the fact that we can kind of see our human evolution as we're stepping at the ending degrees of like 4 different planets right now. There's just this ability to see what couldn't have been seen before. And so there's this sense of praise that we live here in this amazing universe, and more is being revealed to us as we wake up more and more and remember more and more of who we are. So that's that star, and that's a bigger version of it. And then what is 9 degrees, the degree of the new moon? So we're looking at Scorpio 10 for a 9-degree Scorpio new moon, and it has to do with a fellowship supper. A group activity generates a deep sense of belonging and willingness to help others and join in with their ups and downs, enjoyment of friendliness. So I hope that later after our meditation, when we drink our water and eat our chocolate, it'll be like having a fellowship supper, even though it's just a piece of chocolate. So that'll be fun. That will be interesting. So we'll see. You guys have seen these before. This is where the star that Uranus is. This is the star that Neptune's on right now. This is one of the stars Pluto's on in Lyra. This is another star Pluto's on in Cygnus, and here's another star Pluto's on in Altar. And we are that half an hour, and this is good because I like having a half an hour for the ceremony that we're going to do. Anybody have a question on the astrology before we start getting ready for the ceremony? Okay, if we're good. Okay, so these are the things. If a lot of times I will forget to talk about the full body golden halo, but this is what it looks like if you want to bring that in for yourself, if you want to feel this. Sometimes if it just calling in Archangel Michael, there's a sense of also calling in this golden circle that you can that can encircle you in a golden light of protection. So, but sometimes I like to see the Our Lady of Guadalupe with the golden flowing light. We also have, this is a Vesica Pisces, which means we have the feminine energies of the water trine and the masculine energies coming in circles. And we all have both yin energy and yang energy within us. And these opposites, we're merging opposites within the eye of the heart. And within the eye of the heart, that's where we see our vision. So we have darkness and light together helping us see the vision, because if we only are in the dark, we can't see. If we're only in the light, we can't see. So when we have a merging of opposites, then there's a sense of being able to find this opening into being able to see with the eye of the heart. And if you are saying the meditation over and over and you're not feeling it, a lot of times we can add little figure eights or little infinity signs. Just like feel a little infinity sign, like you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm like doing a little mini figure eight right over my heart and right over just kind of, and when we're going to move, we can move where we're going to have a figure eight going horizontal, and that's going to bring in some integration, which is really good to do with Salasya and Mahimaki opposite each other, because they're going to help us actually get some integration. So not only do we integrate on the horizontal plane, but we also can integrate on the vertical plane and just be moving and feeling this energy, this moving energy that can bring in from our soul star up above our head, can bring in from our earth star 2 feet below our feet, and just feeling that kind of integration, like as above, so below, that kind of information. That kind of integration. So this is what we're doing. You guys all know, we've all been here before. We're going to do a little bit of movement, go into a guided meditation, what's being conceived within me now, getting a baby step, all of these things that we're going to fellowship suffer. That's what these last ones are. And so this is the question. This is our new moon question. At the 8 phases of the moon, there's a different question that we can be asking, but the new moon question is, what is being conceived within me now? We're looking at the new for the new moon. What baby step are you initiating? So if you guys have music and you've got your scarf, then go ahead and start moving, start going into figure eights. I'm going to play a song by one of my friends, playing a heart song.
I am opening up to the softer part of me. I am allowing myself to relax and just be. Oh, so many times I just kept on striving, dishonoring her, and barely just surviving. I am listening now, finally slowing down. I am hearing her now, how she's offering me her crown. But not until I fully reclaim her. Not until I stop shaming her. The feelings rising within me. I can feel her sacredness Vividly, the memories rising within me, coming home to me finally. I used to be self-serving, not thinking through what my short-term choices would lead to. Oh, so many times I just pushed them forward, dishonoring her without a thought. I am listening now, finally going within. I am hearing her now, how she welcomes me in, but not reclaim her.
Okay, so we were moving. A lot of times movement is integrating what the information that you just heard, and that can be really helpful. So now we are at the point where we're starting into our meditation. So if we're sitting down, we've got our feet on the ground. We're going to pull in some of this energy that's here with us, for us. We can see it as a challenge, or we can see it as an opportunity to clear out. So here and understand what's been going on. So here we are. We've got our feet on the ground. Archangel Sandalphon can help us feel our feet 2 feet below our feet. So if we have a hard time feeling our feet go down to the earth, our feet are on the floor where we are, but we're going to go down to the earth and then down 2 more feet to the earth star chakra. And Archangel Sandalphon is here helping us, helping our feet reach the earth star chakra, because no matter what is going on, we can always ground. We can always go walk around with our bare feet on the earth. We can always go out in nature, go outside. It's no matter what's going on, we can ground into the earth, and the earth will nurture us and help us understand what it is we're feeling. So we're pulling up energy from the earth, and the energy from the earth is now in our feet. And it's coming in, it's coming up our legs. We're feeling this beautiful earth energy. And now this earth energy is at our root chakra. And at our root chakra, we know that we are here on this earth at this time for a reason. And we're opening to remember what that reason is. So that's the root chakra, with a lot of earth energy there, helping that knowing come into us more. Then we bring earth energy into our womb space, our sacral chakra, our emotions, and we know that we can feel our emotions all the way through, and that's going to help them resolve what needs to be resolved. It can let go of what needs to be released once we feel it all the way through. And we're just feeling this beauty of anything that's stuck, that gets activated, can be released. And so anything that gets activated, triggered right now, it's like, okay, you're coming up. Bye-bye. So there's more and more understanding of what we've been through with Pluto in Capricorn. And we're bringing earth energy up to our solar plexus chakra. And in this chakra, we know that we are able to have personal responsibility, that we are the person that is navigating our life. No matter what is happening outside of us, our perspective about everything is within our control. We no longer have to blame other people or blame governments or blame situations or structures. We can look at our perspective and we can decide what to do and what changes to make within our own personal responsibility. And now we move this earth energy into our heart space, and we can feel into this beautiful earth space within our heart. We can kind of move this earth space energy into the earth feminine side of our heart, and feel this beautiful, beautiful sense of the earth, that our connection to it, almost as if we could talk to the earth and listen to the earth. And then we move this earth energy, keep some in our heart, and we move some up to our throat chakra. And in our throat chakra, we discover what is true for us now. What was true for us yesterday may be different than what is true for us today. And that's okay. We're going through big changes, lots of things happening in the next few months. Beautiful, letting it happen, letting ourselves move with what is being set in motion, what is being with the universe, with the moving of the universe, instead of fighting it. Holding acceptance, holding, oh, this is a new truth. Then moving that earth energy up to the brow chakra, opening the brow chakra, helping whatever vision comes through the brow chakra be gentle and helpful and opening and beautiful for us. Now we go to the crown chakra, and we know Neptune is there helping with the star Shiat. Is conjunct Neptune, and it helps us open our crown chakra. And the first we're bringing in the sun in Scorpio at 9 degrees. We're bringing that in. We're bringing in that beautiful light. And as it's starting to move through from up above, our heads, we're also seeing it not only on the crown, but also at our soul star chakra. And at our soul star chakra, the sun is going to meet with the moon. And the two of them together are looking at what we're experiencing on a soul level. What is it that we're doing, moving through, that's happening on a soul level for the good of our soul, not for the good of our pocketbook, but for the good of our soul. So we're bringing energy in from both the sun and the moon conjunct, and we're bringing that at light, sun and moon light, luminaries coming down through the crown, through the brow chakra, through the throat chakra, and into the heart. And then feeling that star Shider come through, this beautiful devotion for our lives, devotion for humanity, devotion for all beings on this planet, devotion for the earth, bringing in the devotion. Feeling the light of that star, bringing in, we have the light of Shiat, we also have the light of Algo, we have the light of Arcturus, and Altar, and Aldefar, Alberio, Alpha Centauri. So all of these star lights come through with information, and they are joining the light of the sun and moon in our heart, in the masculine part of our heart. And we're feeling now with 3 breaths, we're going to move closer and closer into the eye of the heart. We have earth, we have light, starlight, moonlight, sunlight. We're feeling this sense of merging, this sense of coming together, of integration of our own masculine and feminine energies within our own being. Feeling that integration take a deep breath. Feeling that integration. Exhaling. A second inhale, feeling the integration already happening as above, so below, yin and yang. Exhale, inhale, a final breath, stepping into the center of the eye of the heart, stepping into the visionary space, the divine spark within us, stepping in there, inhaling it in and exhaling. And now within the eye of the heart, we are asking the question, what is being conceived within me now? What is being conceived within me now? And so continue to ask that question. Your answer may come in a color, in a word, in a sentence, in a little movie, in an image, in a color, any way that it comes, a feeling in the body, a taste, a smell. What is being conceived within me now? Now that you're feeling this energy with all of these stars, with these beautiful luminaries, with these planets coming in, we can ask any of these planets if they have information for us about our next steps. And we can ask these stars, these planets, these luminaries, what baby step am I initiating now? What baby step can help me anchor in this light that I'm feeling, that I'm sensing, this knowing, this intuition? What baby step can I take in my daily life that's going to anchor in this knowing of what's being conceived within me now? And when you know your baby step, you can start writing it down in your journal. If you still are asking the question, that's fine. Be where you are. So, hi, Nancy, we just finished our meditation and we are about to write down what we got out of it, and we're going to be sharing in a minute. So you probably are going to want to watch the replay so that you can go through the meditation um, later on. We're just kind of hanging out here until everybody's got um, their baby step figured out and get this sense of the light that's coming in to enlighten us. So when you're finished writing down your baby step and you want to anchor in that light, think about what it feels like, how did your intuition answer the question? What is being conceived within me now? And go ahead and drink your water to bring that light in more fully. This is how we anchor this in to our body. And now we're thinking about our baby step, and maybe we want to call in an angel or an archangel or a star being or an ancestor or a guide or an ascended master to help us bring this baby step in. And so we are going to take our chocolate, and as we're eating our chocolate, we can be um, in communion with the being that's going to be helping us. Hmm. If you're still writing, you can continue to write things down. But otherwise, I'm going to stop sharing this and see how everybody's doing so that we can be like in fellowship as we finish eating our chocolate together and start sharing. So, who would like to share first as we finish eating our chocolate in our fellowship dinner? Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Well, I got I,
Hi, Callie, go ahead.
yeah, I got prayer beads actually being a baby step.
Mm, good. So you're going to start using the prayer beads?
Yeah, yeah, and it didn't even it was more the Tibetan ones, the bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So you're going to do that every morning, every evening, every what? Mhm.
Uh, Mornings. I like my morning prayers.
Okay, so you already have a structured morning, so are you adding that in?
Hmm.
Beautiful. Thank you, Callie. Thank you for sharing. That's a good baby step. It's certainly going to help through the times we're moving into. You're going to be one of the strong ones helping others. So good. Thank you. Anybody else want to share? Go ahead, Bonnie. Oh, I'm sorry. Carrie already wanted to, but Bonnie and then Carrie.
Um, by the end of December this year, I will have been writing a column for the weekly paper in the small town I grew up in.
Mm-hmm.
And it occurred to me I could put together, pull a little bit from each of the years and have for the new year, or actually put it together in November, best of. So 10 years worth, not every column, but just sort of the best of each of the 10 years. And I think that will be fun to put together.
That would be fun. You love putting together booklets anyway. This would
Exactly.
be like, yeah, because Bonnie puts together booklets for her students that take her writing classes. And so this would be awesome for you to put together a booklet of
Yeah,
the different columns that you've been writing for like years and years.
yeah.
So I love that idea. I think it's awesome. I'm excited to hear more about that as we move forward. Thank you, Bonnie. Um, good baby step. Carrie.
Well, I got for my gift, I got a silver star representing masculine and feminine. And it was really moving with your Vesica Pisces and what happens with the heart and having masculine and feminine energies with this silver star sort of merge into the heart. It was a really neat image. And what was being conceived was a creativity portal
Hmm.
and allowing all of my energy and power to come through this portal. Like maybe I'd limited only certain things could come through. And then the image was a silver horn of plenty. And
Mm.
so this vortex thing looks like a horn of plenty. My baby step was grounding exercises to integrate all that I am through my root chakra. And again, using this image of the silver horn, taking the energy into the earth. And who is going to help me is Archangel Sandophone, who
Hmm.
came through right from the beginning when we did the singing and the directions and the archangels. It was definitely Sandophone. And then when I asked this one, it was definitely that. So I've got a lot ahead of me for the next few weeks. Yes.
Okay, good. And if you have a lot to do in the next 2 weeks, you're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
You're gonna make it through with flying colors. Awesome. This all sounds
Thank
exciting.
you.
And it sounds all this creativity keeps coming up for you. And I'm really excited that you're open and opening to what kind of creativity and how it comes in. And it's just beautiful. Go for it. Awesome.
Thank you.
And anybody else want to share? We are at 1 o'clock. Go ahead, Debbie.
Well, I tried something different while we were doing it. I danced with some oracle cards, and then as I was dancing, the awakening card fell out,
Ah,
and so did the rite of passage,
ooh.
which is like, and I've been seeing myself going, I've in my visualizations, I've been seeing like this black cloud over my all my passages, but on the other side, like it's blocking my step now. It's kind of like I'm in the cocoon or the chrysalis, and I see the light on the other side. But
Oh,
so I got to trust in my path,
beautiful.
and that I'm here to help ancestral or generational
Mm,
change. So I called in when we were eating, I called in the cosmic mother,
mm,
um, not just of my ancestors, but everything else. And the other card that fell out for me was the sacral chakra. So I'm really feeling I'm giving birth to something.
yeah, right. Sounds good. Yeah. Whatever we're giving birth to, if we can figure that out on the new moon, we're doing good. So thank
So there's just supposed to be chanting and dancing and just
you.
going with the
Yeah.
flow.
Yeah. If that's what you're supposed to do it because that sounds like a lot of fun to me. Just keep dancing the next couple of weeks. And like actually you're in Canada, so it's not gonna be as like crazy for you, but
I've been feeling the exact
you're
same as
feeling
you.
it though. Yeah, because it's the energies on the whole planet. It's not just the US.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's interesting. The mystic rectangle
Yeah.
has been so in my consciousness
Hmm.
for like quite a few weeks.
Okay.
And I actually tuned into it and felt it as if I was the middle of
Mm.
the X.
Yeah.
And my life, it just brought in all kinds of ancient teachings from my studies and ancient Chinese. And my life number is a 5. And
Mhm.
in the traditional Chinese ancient texts, the middle of the cross is a 5.
Okay.
So then I saw myself as kind of the figure eights all
Yeah,
in the middle of the cross. And
yeah,
yeah, so
yeah.
it's so your ceremony today just brought everything together. So thank you
Oh,
so much.
beautiful.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Okay.
It really helped
Good,
me
Debbie.
understand or
Understand why am I doing
start
all this? Yeah, yeah.
start.
No,
I'm
it's good.
so
If we can stay at our center through whatever times are coming, then that's the best we can.
yeah.
That's really
Yeah,
golden.
I'm so humbled. Like it's just that yeah, I'm just it's what I know is nothing, but I know, like
I
it's
know.
just
Yeah,
such a humbling time, but an
yeah.
empowering
Because
time.
we're about to really step into something new. And
Hmm.
that's going to be even more humbling. So
Yeah,
wherever we're learning, figured out whatever we just learned from Pluto in Capricorn, figured out whatever we just are, whatever we just learned, um, really bring it, really know it, because we're going to take all of our wisdom with us into this new that we get to create together.
yeah. And that I didn't realize that this new moon is right on my ascendant.
Oh my gosh.
And then this opposition between Pluto and Mars is um right on my natal moon. So it's a very
Yeah, so
emotional time.
yeah, you're feeling it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm feeling it because Mars is right on my descendant and Pluto is like 1 degree away from my ascendant. So it's just like all of this, all of this. What roles do I play? How many do I take off? I gotta wear something. So it's like, what am I gonna do? So there's all that's going on. So thank you, Debbie. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
And so we've been talking for an hour and 5 minutes. I'm going to share one thing with you guys. If any of you here, let me share actually. If any of you here want to really see astrologically, like Debbie knows her chart, but if you're not sure, wait a minute, what house was Pluto in the last since 2008? I don't even know. Wait a minute, what's going to be happening when 4 outer planets move into new signs? Why is that so new? Why is that energy going to be like this huge shift? How is this going to impact me? So if you want to know what's going on in your chart, I'm offering a year ahead astrology reading for the entire month of November and the first 2 weeks of December. So, and then that's it. I'm on vacation. So there's a special discounted rate of 155 US dollars for an hour live on Zoom. You're going to receive the recording and the handout with notes for the upcoming dates of when all of these planets change signs. I can tell you right now that Pluto's going to do it before the new year. Pluto's going to move November 17th. And so if you really want to understand what's going on with Pluto, then jump in and get those first couple of sessions in November to figure that out. But otherwise, Neptune's moving, Saturn's moving, Uranus is moving, all of this. When the big teacher planets move, our lessons change. And our lessons are changing from karmic lessons to how to contribute our dharma. So if anybody's interested in that, I'll put a link in the chat. Hang around for a couple minutes after and pick up the link for that, or ask me a question if you're not sure. Our next new moon ceremony is December 2nd, 2024 at noon, which is a Monday. And then here is our closing song. So think about, think about all of us here together, and we had a couple people that popped in. Oh, yep, they're still here. And so we're just feeling all the people that are watching the replay. Hello, you're with us, and we're all singing this song. In this circle of love, in this circle of peace, in this circle of love, in this circle of peace, I feel our unity, love, sweet security. I feel our unity, love, sweet security in this circle of love, in this circle of peace. Okay, so thank you everybody for coming. And Carrie, did you want to say anything before I turn off YouTube? We're about ready to.
Well, thank you so much for this wonderful session and bringing in this really important new moon. I'm so glad to understand how the planets work, and the meditation I felt brought it all together and gave me a great picture of what's going forward. So thank you so much. And thank you to everybody that participated.
Great. Thank you so much, Carrie. So I love you guys. And if you are watching this on the replay, in the show notes, just hit see more and you will see the link to my calendar if you're interested in that year ahead reading. And other than that, much blessings. And you know that you have the tools within you to face anything that's coming up. All of these challenges, change your perspective. There are opportunities moving forward. So bye-bye, everybody. Love you.